Hey guys, welcome back to Picking Greens. Tonight we're diving in with the Kansas City Chiefs and the New Orleans Saints. They're playing at Arrowhead tonight. The Chiefs are 4-0 this season and the Saints are 2-2. Now with the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, his season so far, so-so. 904 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Now Kansas City has had some notable injuries. Isaiah Pacheco's out with that fibula injury, and now Rashid Rice is out with a knee injury as well. New Orleans Saints, Aaron Carr, 824 yards this season, 7 touchdowns. Now, key injuries on their end as well. Alvin Kamara, he is playing, but he's been beat up with a hip injury. And Chris Olave, he's playing tonight as well, but he's been hampered with a hamstring injury as well. Now, the Chiefs, they're looking to maintain their perfect season, and the Saints are looking to bounce back after 2 consecutive losses. The Saints are underdogs tonight, and again, tonight's game is on ESPN at 8:15 Eastern. All right, guys, let's get into our picks for today. Our first pick today is Justin Watson. You see it. Yep, we're going Justin Watson, and we're going over his 24.5 receiving yards. Now, the pick'em sites, the sports books, and the RotoWire projection are all over. His hit rate is a little bit under, but we're still going over on this prop. Now, Underdog, Sleeper, Prizepicks, and DraftKings, they all got him a little bit different. DraftKings Pick 6 got him at 26.5. Underdog got him at 24.5. So if you're going over, grab him on Underdog or Sleeper. They both got him at 24.5. And if you're doing like betting, then MGM got him at 24.5. And then DraftKings again got him at 26.5. So be mindful if you're putting money down, grab the best lines on the market. Now the RotoWire projection is currently 31.75. That's a nice 7.5. That's a nice 7.25 cushion. I'm taking that all day, every day. Now the hit rate, only 46% hit rate over the last 20 games weighted. Over the last 5 games, he's 60%. And over the last 10 games, he's 40%. Now we're in RotoWire. We can click on his name and get a little bit more insights for the season. All right, for the season, he has 6 catches, 87 yards, no touchdown, averaging 14.5 yards per reception on 8 targets. Last game, he had 3 targets, 2 catches for 27 yards. They did win 27-10 against the Chargers. Now we can see the injuries with the Chiefs have been piling up like crazy. Rashid Rice going out. That should upgrade Justin from being wide receiver 3 to wide receiver 2. Xavier Worthy should be wide receiver number 1 this week, guys, so look out for that as well. But you guys know, when we dig deep, we got to dig deep in Outlier. All right, guys, we're in Outlier, and we got Justin Watson. The line is 24.5 receiving yards, and we're going over. And they immediately let you know in Outlier, boom, team injuries may impact his playing time. They let you know Rashid Rice injury may actually impact Justin Watson, so as that is correlated with an increase in playing time. Now, Rashid Rice, he's not ruled out for the season yet. There's a small glimmer of hope that he may come back at the end of the season. They're Super Bowl contenders, so they play a little bit longer than the rest of the league, so he may be able to get back for the end of the season. Now, the last 10 games, you guys can see here, Watson hasn't been really slapping the last 10 games, only 40%. He did go over last game against the Chargers. Some supporting stats, he's in there for about 62 plays per game, averaging about 2.2 targets a game. That's only 6% of the target share, but he is averaging, again, 18.4 yards. Now, we can see we're an Outlier. They always give you insights in Outlier if you guys aren't familiar. The insights currently state Justin Watson has failed to exceed 25.5 receiving yards in 7 of his last 9 games, averaging 19.7 receiving yards per game. Now, the run versus pass breakdown, Kansas City is currently passing the ball 54% of the time, running the ball 46% of the time. The target share breakdown here, Rashid Rice was the main target at 25%. He's out of the count, right? So he had 29 targets for the season. Kelsey's bumped up to the number 1 target share, 21 targets. So you guys might want to consider going over Travis and Xavier, because I do consider this is going to be a high scoring game. Watson was at number 6 on the target share list. Now he's going to bump up to wide receiver 2, so he should get a few more targets as well, going over this 24.5 prop. Now it gives a little bit more insights on the key matchup here. New Orleans isn't great at stopping receivers from getting over their props. They're ranked number 24th in the league. Not great. There's only 32 teams in the league, so this actually leans towards going over that prop. Now you can see here that green let you know that, yeah, when you go 24.5 on this prop, right, you go see your prop, and then let's say we went under, just so you guys know how outlier works. If we went going under on this prop, this would turn to red to let you know, hey, you may want to think about this because they're giving up a lot of yards to receivers. So if you think he's going to go under 24.5 yards, stop. Think about it, right? But we're going to go alternate lines, and we're going to go over that 24.5, and that turns this green and lets us know that, hey, this is a pretty good play. Now the web map, that it gives an overlay of both teams, letting you guys know which team is kind of leading which areas and what areas they're really similar in as well. Now you can see the lead is right now in red zone efficiency. New Orleans is the gold. They're up about 75% in red zone efficiency. They're up in points too, so they're putting up 127 points so far this season, and Kansas City only has 92 points this season. When we go to team rankings, we can see the defense. Let's go offense of Kansas City versus the defense of New Orleans. And we can see the defense is currently ranked number 7th, and the offense of Kansas City is ranked number 15th. They're only averaging 23 points a game currently, and New Orleans is only giving up 17 points a game. Team records, again, New Orleans is 2-2, KC 4-0. The money's going on KC. The bets are going on KC. 87% bets are going on KC. 85% of the money is going on KC. But there's more 50-50 when it comes to covering the spread. So keep that in mind. All right. So with all that being said, we're taking Justin Watson, and we're going over his 24.5 receiving yards. Go ahead and lock that in. All right, guys, I got to shout out our sponsor for the day, BETR. BETR is offering you guys a $200 deposit match and a free pick to all of their new users. You heard that right. You put in $200, cash. They give you $200 more, $400 to play with. Now, BETR, they give you amazing multipliers. You can see here, Prizepicks don't got nothing on BETR multipliers. They'll give you 1,000x on an 8-pick play. BETR won't even give you an 8-pick play. They stop at 6. Now, if you can correlate a 4-on-4 play and throw that on BETR, cash. And last night, I cashed on a live pick. If you guys are watching the game, you can see that Dak was going off on his passing, so I went over on his receivers going over, and both of those picks in live. At halftime, I put those picks in, and they were easy cash. Make sure you lock in with these live picks. Lock in with BETR today. And guys, do not forget, you guys get a free trial of both of these apps that I'm showing you, RotoWire and Outlier. They're giving you a free trial. Just click the link below. That's all you got to do. Click the link below. You don't have to put your credit card or anything in, and then you get access to all of this data. And they got apps. I'm showing you on my computer, but they have apps for your phone where you can actually put your plays straight from the app. So you would pick the plays that you like, and you can send it straight to the app that you're using. So lock in with these apps before you put your plays in tonight. All right, let's get to the second pick. Our second pick today is Rashid Shaheed. Yep, we're going Rashid Shaheed, and we're going over his 48.5 receiving yards. Now, the Pick'em site's projection is to go over. The Sportsbook's projection is to go under, but that RotoWire projection is over. The hit rate, he's been hitting it at a pretty good clip as well. Now on Pick 6, they're giving you the best line on Pick 6 at 48.5, and on Prizepicks, they got him at 49.5, so keep that in mind. On RotoWire projection, 49.93, they expect him to go over with a cushion of 1.43. Now the hit rate, 53% over the last 20 games, that's a weighted hit rate, and over the last 5 games, he's slapping at 80%. Over the last 10 games, he's 50%, and for the season, he's 75%. Now, when we click on his name, we can get a little bit more insights in RotoWire. Let's see his season stats. 15 receptions, 252 yards, 2 touchdowns, averaging 16.8 yards per reception. Now, last game he went off 11 targets, 8 receptions, 83 yards, and he had 14 rushing yards as well on 2 carries. They did lose 26-24 against the Falcons, which was a hell of a game. But you guys already know, when we dig deep, we got to dig deep in Outlier. All right, guys, we're in Outlier, and we got Rashid Shaheed. The line is 48.5, and we're going over. Now, we can see the graph here over the last 10 games. He's at 50% over the last 10 games. Over the last 5 games this season, though, let's just say this season, he's been going crazy this season. Only game he didn't do much is against Philly, but every other game he went absolutely bananas. No head-to-head matchup, but we got insights, baby. We're an outlier, so you guys already know we got insights. Rashid Shaheed has exceeded 48.5 receiving yards in 4 of his last 5 games, averaging 63.4 receiving yards during that time frame. Now, the pass versus the rush, New Orleans is a more run-heavy team. You can see this year they're running the ball 57% of the time, and that's really setting up those huge passing plays of 43% passing plays this year. Now, the breakdown, you can see the target share breakdown, he's taking a quarter of the target share, right? But Olave is right there behind him. It's even Steven when it comes to this target share almost. He's passing the ball to Olave, he's passing the ball to Kamara, and he's passing the ball to Rashid. So if you guys want to take, these are things that I'm looking at. When I see a quarterback when the target share is this even, you guys can obviously look at Alvin Kamara going over his receiving yards. We can do Olave going over his receiving yards and Rashid going over his receiving yards. If it's going to be a shootout, right? If it's going to be one of those games where both quarterbacks are going over, and we're doing correlated plays over here. We're not just putting plays in that might hit. The reason we do correlated plays is, let's just say we put a quarterback in that's over his receiving yards and you put a receiver in over his receiving yards. Really, we only need to hit one play. 2 plays are going to hit usually, right? Because if the quarterback really go off, obviously his receiver is probably going to go off too. We really just need one play to hit, and that's how we really make money on these plays. We're not just putting random 4 players in. We don't. That's average. That's rookie playing. We're here to make money. So what we do is we put high efficient correlated plays in. So I would take Alvin Kamara going over. Now if I'm thinking he made, let's say Carr doesn't go over his throwing yards. So I'll put a play in with Carr going under his actual passing yards, but I'll put Kamara going over his receiving yards because he may get a screen play or 2 because Carr's not throwing the long bombs, right? But he is getting a little dump offs, the little check downs to where Alvin may go over his. Now, if I'm thinking it's going to be just a shootout, it's just the bombs away, then I'm going to pick Rashid, and I'm going to do a 3-man. I'm going to put Carr with Rashid and Olave, and I'm going to pair that with somebody from Kansas City, right? So I'm going to go over, and then I'm going to pair that with somebody from Kansas City. Now, I'm going to pair that. I'm going to put both of those, and I'm giving you guys kind of if you guys come to the VIP, you'll see these plays. I'm just letting you guys know why I win so much money. I'll put that over with Kansas City with that over with New Orleans, right? I'll put that, and I'll pair that. I'll put that play with, let's say, Mahomes going over. And then I'll put that exact same play with Mahomes going under, right? So I got 2 plays in. As long as my mans go over and he have a shootout, then I'm going to hit one of those plays guaranteed, and that's going to be a 10x cash, right? Now, you want to play on apps that give you 10x cash on your 4-mans. Prizepicks, I love them. They're the baseline, but they're taking too much money away from you guys. I put the plays on different apps because they're going to pay me a lot more, right? Prizepicks may pay me, if they even allow me to put the play in, they may pay me at 8x. When I put it on a different play like DABBLE, I put the same play on DABBLE, they're going to pay me 10x guaranteed. They don't bump you down. They don't do none of that. They'll allow you to do correlated plays. So if you guys don't got DABBLE, download DABBLE for sure as well. I kind of went on a little rant for a second, but I wanted you guys to kind of know why it's important to look at outlier and see what this target share look like, because if Carr does go off, he passing the rock around, and more than likely all of his receivers and his running back might go over. I'm even liking Jawan and Foster to go over because they get a pretty good target share as well. So if it is a shootout, which I expected it might be, then that's how I make my plays. That's how I make my correlated plays. And if it's the opposite, then obviously I start doing the opposite with different players and different teams. Now let's look at Kansas City when it comes to the key matchups. They're also allowing receivers to go over as well, and that doesn't bode well for Kansas City because Carr likes to air it out. The weather conditions are perfect. No rain, no wind, right? So the ball's going to be in the air. Not like we saw last night with Pittsburgh and the Cowboys with that rain delay. If you guys didn't expect a low-scoring game yesterday after seeing that rain delay, I don't know what you guys were thinking. Field goals, I'm thinking field goals galore with a situation like that, and I'm thinking running touchdowns. With all that being said, yep, we're taking Rashid Shaheed to go over his 48.5 receiving yards. Go ahead and lock it in. All right, guys, thanks for rocking with me another day. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss when we cash. Another day, another dollar, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.